Greetings, gentle viewers!
Hey!
I knew you were going to do that.
Hey? So Okarin is about to recall what happened an hour ago when he got shifted into another world.
And all the people were gone.
And all the people were gone. But first I'm going to go on a little spiel to draw out this moment as long as possible. So, the name of the game is Steins Gate. Well, what is a gate exactly? Like, what is a gate as a fundamental concept?
An aperture via which one passes from one thing to another.
Yes.
Or place or whatever, really.
It's something that separates two places.
But it is the way, it's not the separation itself, it's the passage between them.
Yes, it also allows passage between them.
Not also explicitly. The concept of gate is explicitly placed as the passage between two things that are separate.
All right, fine. Just preempt my whole point then. We've got three people here who appear to be, from that last scene, in completely different worlds. We've got the 2chan hacker, the Chunibyo, and the cosplayer.
Well, cosplay costume maker.
Each of them act so differently that the other ones don't understand them. By their own admission. Okarin has said, like, I don't really get why Daru does this stuff, but...
And he's also said he's not familiar with with the characters that she makes the costumes of.
Yeah.
That is a really interesting observation.
But not only do they accept each other for their weirdness...
Possibly because they're the weirdest people around, and so they're the only people who could accept each other.
But, like, during that scene... Every time we see Okarin, he's in the camera's face. He's always, like, portraying himself, like, as the center, as the big hero that fights the organization. Daru didn't turn around once from his computer. And then Mayuri was being, polite. She got up and bowed and that sort of thing, but she still was engrossed in her work almost the entire time. But here's the other element that's been prevalent in this gameplay. His phone. Now, what does a phone do? A phone connects to remote locations. After the first world line shift, I'm assuming that's what's happening. We're in the very beginning. There's only so much I can go off of. And he ran into Makise, and she acted like she knew him before. Well, where did Mayuri go? He called her, she didn't answer, but after he called her, she appeared. And then, when he went to text Daru, that's when sort of like the next shift kind of happened. And this all started when he got, like, an email from SG-E, whatever all the rest of that stuff is. So it's like the concept of a phone connecting worlds and the concept of a gate separating worlds, I feel, has been very heavily established so far by everything we've seen.
That's really interesting. It's just, the gate doesn't separate anything. I get that a gate can be open or closed, but a gate is specifically the portal between two places that are already separated, not the agent of separation. Take that analogy. Take it. Take it hard.
Daymon. So anyway, that's just what I've been thinking of since the last time we played. What I'm trying to say is that the characters each live in their own world, but are still connected to each other, despite the fact that they still firmly live in their own worlds.
I think that connection is Mayuri. We had wondered. I'd been agonizing over what to call the main character, but after Daru called him Okarin, that's good enough for me. Here's why. Daru...
Yeah, his name is the same sort of nickname that Mayuri gave Rintaro.
Yeah. So if we're gonna call him Daru, then we have to call Rintaro Okarin. I don't know about Mayushi though. That's a little weird. But anyway, that's what they're connected by. It's like that sort of shows the type of acceptance they have. I guess it's kind of interesting. Okay, that took like 75 hours, so let's make some progress. Speaking of which,
speaking of taking 75 hours to make progress.
As a public service announcement, we're going to take 1 week to do nothing but Steins Gate. There are a few reasons for this. Number 1, so we can actually make some progress and get somewhere in Steins Gate. And number 2, so I can build up some time to do some work on some other things that I need to do. So that's just the way things go. May as well turn everything into a benefit. Ha 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 ha.
You're just making excuses for being lazy.
Now, for all 4 of you that are still here, let's find out what already happened.
消えた。
And it wasn't just the people on the street. The people in the stores, gone. In the restaurants, gone. Even the cars vanished, drivers and all.
For a place like Japan that's so populated, that must be quite a shock.
And it all happened in the blink of an eye. Suddenly, an empty city spread before me. That is a good point.
I mean, loneliness is a terrifying concept for me personally, but if you're used to such a densely populated place, all of that like background noise and just people milling, all of a sudden, poof!
Heat was rising from the asphalt in waves, but I felt only a cold chill down my spine. Then, wandering through the deserted Akiba, I saw a satellite smashed into the rooftop of Radicon. I just stood there, breathless, confused, stupefied, until...
どうかした
And a Dr. Pepper? When I was in Japan years and years and years ago, I remember going, oh, in a 7-Eleven. I didn't know they had Dr. Pepper in Japan, because there are places in the U.S. where we don't have Dr. Pepper.
That's true.
Oklahoma is not one of them, but I said to some of the Japanese people that were with us, I said, you ever heard of Dr. Pepper? And they're like, what's this?
Did it have a different name?
No, just nobody had heard of it. Well, can you name all the different soda brands in the United States? Don't bother, don't try. I'm just saying you can't. There's so many, and there's a lot of regional ones.
That's correct.
And so for something there, everyone was like, what's a Dr. Pepper? for Mayushi to bring up a Dr. Pepper. Who cares? Mayuri's voice brought me back to reality. Mayuri hadn't disappeared.
今、人が消えたよな。
ふーん
消えただろ。今目の前で。
Maybe she's the only real one.
見たよな。
What's next, Billy?
She's also the robot trader.
Okay.
見てない
That's adorable.
見てない。見ていない。見ていないのか。だってついさっきまでここにはたくさんの人たちが歩いていたんだぞ。
Has the city been empty all along?
No! Quit trying to kill everyone!
歩いてたかな
それに店員まで消えている。こんなことはいくらなんでもありえない。
それは仕方ないと思うよ。
Her reply didn't make any sense. That's not surprising.
But for a different reason.
最初からこの辺には誰もいなかったよ。そっか。オカリンは幻を見てたんだね。
It really does seem as though, at the very least, Okarin jumped to a different world line.
Yeah, like she's the one from this world line.
きっとこの暑さのせいだよ。トゥットゥルー。
How could she laugh and toot-toot-oo at a time like this?
Very easily, apparently.
Doesn't she understand how insane, how crazy, how significant all of this is?
You know, it just occurred to me. The way he acts normally, she probably just thinks he's being normal and not actually panicked.
I always thought she was a bit strange, but maybe her brain is actually broken. She does talk a bit more like a 7 or 8-year-old than you would expect. I realized that she couldn't help me. With nowhere else to turn, I looked up at the bright blue sky. Naturally, My eyes drifted to the top floor of Rodicon, where I had been just a moment before. If I hadn't run out of there in a hurry, would I have been...
Smashed?
There it was. An enormous machine, like some kind of satellite, embedded in the roof of the building, and nobody cares!
Well, there's no one here to care.
Speaking of which, what about Maki Kurisu?
Well, last we saw, yeah, I was gonna say...
The same building where just moments before I had found Maki Kurisu's body in a pool of blood. What happened to her? Has anybody called an ambulance?
Why haven't you?
Why haven't you? Just before everyone disappeared, I could have sworn I heard an ambulance siren. Maki Kurisu might still be in that dark room, cold, bloody, and alone. The thought disturbed me, but the question at the forefront of my mind was...
そもそもあの人工衛星は一体なんだ?
Yeah, that would be the more prevalent question, wouldn't it?
Also, the ridiculous pretension that he always spoke with before, it's all completely gone.
Oh yeah, he's completely, like, all of that's gone because he's just like, what's going on? I don't understand.
Satellite. Eise. Right before Dr. Nakabachi's presentation, of course, Dr. Nakabachi, you'll always be with us in spirit!
Hey.
The building was shaken by an unknown force. The roof door lock had been broken, and beyond it sat a large satellite-like machine. That's right. When I saw it before, the object was neatly sitting on the rooftop, not in the rooftop.
Well, that's why you have to pay attention when you're dimensionally shifting between worlds so you don't miss.
We haven't established that we're dimensionally shifting between worlds yet, though. This, however, is the sort of thing that may make you wonder, is that happening? Also, who was that?
Well, it doesn't really look like it smashed into it from a high altitude with that kind of damage.
Well, it couldn't have fallen from space, or it would have vaporized the building or something. I don't know. I can't estimate the terminal velocity of a falling satellite. I just can't. I don't know the relevant equations, nor the relevant mass of... Shut up!
I'm ashamed of you.
But that's not what I was seeing now. This satellite had penetrated the top floor of the building. And who the heck was that girl who was like, move along, nothing to see here, nothing strange going on?
Nothing weird here, no siree.
It looked as if it had completely obliterated the room where Dr. Nakabachi's press conference had been held.
Hey.
Dr. Nakabachi!
We must save him to fix the world line!
No, he's gone. Who am I going to accuse of copying John Titor now? It must have fallen out of orbit without burning up in the atmosphere somehow and just somehow slowed its descent. I knew it was crazy, but what other explanation could there be? The fact remains, there's a satellite stuck in that building over there.
That is the viewable facts.
The real question was, when did that happen?
前よりあの人工衛星だが
Was that always there?
びっくりしたね。
びっくりしただと
Understatement.
何がびっくりしたのだ
Well, I mean, it is a surprise.
ドカーンってすっごい音がしたもん。
It certainly did make a sound.
It certainly did.
But I don't think it was kaplow. She clearly said dokan. Well, it probably didn't make that noise either.
Probably not, no. I don't know, what's the onomatopoeia for a satellite crashing into a building?
I'd say it was more like...
I can't believe we're having this conversation.
Gadoosh!
Kapow!
Foom! Thwumph!
I got nothing.
Like the roar of an earthquake.
あの人工衛星は落ちてきたのか
Well, it didn't shoot up out of the ground.
Airquake.
Thank you for catching my reference, yes.
来たのかな宇宙人さん乗ってるのかな
No, no, no. Mayushi, you have to understand. If there are aliens involved in this, the aliens shot down the satellite. They were not riding the satellite.
I mean, you know, because if the satellite's in orbit, then they can't commit any terror attacks on the country. That was an XCOM reference.
Hey!
Hey!
Had I lost my mind?
Probably.
What I had seen didn't match at all with what Mayuri was saying. It's like I'm different and she's not. Or she's different and I'm not. Or yeah, I guess really it's... I don't know! Suddenly, nothing seemed real. Had I dreamt it all? I caught the attention of a policeman trying to cordon off the scene and tried to tell him about the stabbing of Makise Kurisu, but...
I didn't stop to question why there were suddenly people here now.
It's like they just cleared out and the area was blocked off or something, seemed to be what Mayuri was saying. I don't know, man.
Maybe. No one got stabbed at Radicon.
He annoyedly insists. What? How could he say that with such certainty? We were escorted up to UPX and released.
They were shipped away?
No,
oh, that's
that...
UPS, I'm sorry. Fictional, a major office building in Akihabara.
Because I never would have known what it was. I saw that and I was like, what? What's that? Fortunately, that's what these tips are for. There were people at UPX, like usual. And that brings us to the present.
Okay, that does kind of make sense. People were evacuated.
Ah, I'm going crazy! Was it Hashida Itaru? He's just permanently Daru now. I've just destroyed his name. It's gone into the same ether and a dumpster of the multiverse.
The multiverse's dumpster. Interdimensional trash.
That whatever happened in the last world line or whatever did. Did the whole hour since the beginning of Nakabachi's presentation really happen? I check online for any news.
And Google.
Oh, what does that says? Goodle, maybe?
Maybe it does say Google.
The net is buzzing about the mysterious machine that crashed into Radicon. Nobody's mentioned anything about the disappearance of hundreds of people from Akiba's streets, nor about Makise Kurisu's murder. It's all a mystery.
I looked it up myself instead of asking the resident computer nerd to search his own channels.
You can't get him to do something like you pointed out in the very beginning. He never even looked over at anybody, so what are you going to get him to do? Besides, what was really important was that Okarin had to play Alpaca Man 2.
Very vital. Very vital.
And then he had to pull out his remote, which was the little alien
little
ray
toy
gun.
laser gun, yeah.
You know, it comes from like a Tokusatsu show or something, which is awesome and hilarious. A mystery.
そうか。そういうことか。
And now he's getting excited.
A mystery for me, the insane mad scientist? Excellent. It could not be more appropriate. My life, it has purpose!
What about the Future Gadget Laboratory? Was
What?
that not your life's purpose?
これもすべて機関の隠蔽工作ということだな。警察にすら圧力をかけられるということは、この国の中枢ももはや奴らの手の内にあるということ。なんということだ。
I love these scenes where he's all like dramatic, dramatic, and then you see someone doing something like benign in the
Yeah,
background.
completely normal. It's the Rothschilds and the Bilderbergers!
What?
Oh, you just don't know enough about conspiracy theories.
No, I don't. I spend my time with better things.
だが、俺の目はごまかせんぞ。奴らの所業を暴き、その支配構造に終止符を打ってやる。
Oh, I love it so much. Billy, your
Yeah.
tinfoil hattery is weak.
I can't wear hats with my luxurious hair.
Is that why my tinfoil hattery is not weak? I'm not saying it's strong.
You see, I need all the long hair for the psychic emanations that I pick up, like Yasuhiro, 30%.
There are two advantages to being bald. One of them we're not going to discuss right now, but I have mentioned in a previous video, based on science. The other advantage, however, is that you can wear all hats.
I am jealous of many of the hats Daymon has.
So that means I do possess the ability to wear a tinfoil hat.
That's true.
Having come to a satisfactory conclusion, I take a celebratory for a celebratory
Hold on, I need to
bottle
reboot Daymon.
pew, of Dr. P.
I would not drink anything that says Dr. P, but that's just me.
So, what should I call it? Dr. P? Dr. Pib? Or
Dr. Pibber.
Dr. Pibber?
Dr. Pibber. There we go.
Speaking of regional sodas that no one has heard of, there is a generic version of Dr. Pepper manufactured by Coca-Cola that is called Mr. Pibb. It's fairly rare. And Mr. Pibb is a really stupid name. So, Dr. Pibber it is.
I hate Dr. Pepper. I drank it so much in my youth that I just can't stand it anymore.
Agreed.
I mean, I also can't drink it because of the diet I'm on. But before then, I was sick of it.
I agree. So, I take a celebratory... God dang it! Forget it, I'm writing that word off. Of Dr. Pibber, my favorite soda from the fridge. Because I can't like mainstream Japanese sodas. I'm far too cool.
頭脳労働の後のドクターペッパーは相変わらず最高にうまいな。
And he is straight up saying Dr. Pepper.
Okay.
Elixir intellectualis. Is it?
コーラの方がよくね。
Root beer is better.
本当にドクターペッパーさんが大好きだよね。
Oh no, he was talking about Coca-Cola.
Oh, okay. Well, he's
こ
wrong.
の知的飲料の良さがわからない奴は人生の5分の1を損しているぞ。うわ
Okarin. Okabe Rintaro. Oh, in Kyoma! My friend, you are highly amusing. However, on this we must part ways. Your love for Dr. Pepper, it's wrong. It is morally wrong. It is ethically wrong. It shows a lack of civic responsibility.
What are you on about?
I just don't like Dr. Pepper. You probably like it less than I do, though.
Probably, yeah. Cup ramen, of course.
Step through the curtain dividing its center, and you'll enter the heart of the Future Gadget Laboratory. A top-secret development room restricted only to lab members. Just the way it's phrased is kind of weird, but that's okay.
Which is everyone who lives here, so...
Personally, I'm not fond of this cheap curtain. I often dream of replacing it with an airlock. But our research budget... Pew! Our celebratory budget is already scraping the bottom of the barrel! Please just end my life.
Stab.
Thank you. Oh, release of sweet death. Please make it all better on this next go-around. Besides, what's important isn't money, it's ambition.
Ambition gets you money.
Or makes you lose money.
No. You have to focus on the positive.
All of the windows here are weather stripped with packing tape, so it's dim. Nice set of CDs there. Or is that a bunch of games?
Well, I mean, many games are on CD, so technically both could be correct.
And hot! Almost like a sauna. I've been wanting to buy an air conditioner for the lab, but there's no money for that. We're currently accepting donations on Patreon. A $2 a month or greater pledge opens up the ability to...
Ask questions to Alpaca Man.
Hey, that's a good idea.
Hey.
ダル、計画は順調に推移しているか？
What plan? Your taxes?
え、計画ってなんぞ？
Oh, he looked at him! I sigh at this miserable human and turn his attention to the table in the middle of the room. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sitting majestically on top of the table is a commercial-grade microwave oven.
As opposed to a professional grade?
It's significantly larger than newer home models, and I'm going to tell you something. You have never been exposed to a commercial-grade microwave oven, or you wouldn't have reacted that way.
Fair point.
My gas station days, you can set a fire in a commercial-grade microwave oven in like 10 seconds.
Oh, God.
In, say, a 1,000-watt microwave oven that you might have at home, you might need to heat your cruddy microwave meal for perhaps 2 minutes and 30 seconds. That same thing in a commercial-grade microwave oven, if you do longer than 45 seconds, you are rendering it into nuclear death waste, and putting a bag of popcorn in, you have to use the popcorn setting, or it heats it with so much force that it causes fires. Also, I remember a coworker tried to make biscuits.
The heck?
Like, took, like some Pillsbury biscuit dough, like the stuff in the can, and tried to heat that up in the microwave oven, and that also caused a fire.
Okay, I understand now. A cooking appliance which heats food by bombarding it with microwaves.
Is that what they do?
Originally called the radar range?
Radar range?
Radar range? The microwave was invented when a radar technician accidentally discovered that electromagnetic waves could warm food. Afterwards, research continued, and the consumer appliance version was launched in America in 1947. It emits electromagnetic waves at a frequency of 2.55 gigahertz.
45 gigahertz.
What did I say?
55.
2.45 gigahertz. This is a special frequency known as the ISM band, which is also used by wireless LAN devices.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Consumer-grade output is around 500 to 1,000 watts, and commercial-grade output is around 1,500 to 2,000 watts.
I don't know. That may have only been a 1,500 watt that I was talking about, but...
That's still a whole lot of watts.
Why is this so important? I guess because of the using the microwave, because of the ISM band? I did not know that. Radar range. That's interesting because I guess you would be using microwaves for radar.
Yeah. I guess?
Huh.
It's still an interesting bit of information, even if it isn't relevant.
I remember in the 90s, I was reading a copy of Time Magazine. I can't talk at all. I can't do it! Trimragreen.
Celebratory. In
trying to prepare for a debate tournament, like at the debate tournament, I was looking for some evidence, but instead I got distracted by this. It was like I'm talking like 97, I guess. I was distracted by an article about future weapons, and I read the section on the microwave gun, and that always stuck with me. The thing about the microwave gun is when fired, the intent was to make people throw up and have diarrhea. When you fired at a certain range, the concentrated microwave blast would in fact make people really sick and could cause them to, expel violently from one end or the other.
Right.
But what always stuck with me was the problem was when you use it at substantially closer range, it cooks people like food.
Well, that's what microwaves do.
So they decided that this weapon was unethical.
Good.
And it is currently prohibited by international law.
Good. I'm glad. Because Jesus.
Digression over. Now back to your regularly scheduled game where we will start another digression in 5, 4,
No,
3.
no.
計画は計画だ。8号機の挑戦以外に何があるというのか。
Gadget number 8?
I thought he already had 8 of them invented. Maybe I misheard.
ああ、そのこと。いきなり計画とか言うから何事かと思った。
You talk in such a bizarre fashion.
そろそろお前との付き合いも3年半ほどになる。
That's a long time.
We went to high school together, and now we're going to the same university. We share an inseparable bond, like prison cellmates. He's only been a lab member for 2 months, though.
高2の時はクラス別でほとんど喋んなかったじゃん。だから実質2年半じゃね？
Did you read my mind?
はどうでもいい。それほどの付き合いの長さなのだから、いい加減俺の会話についてこられるようになってくれ。
それは無理。
Please?
Man, all I wanted to do was have one of those cool, cryptic conversations where we talk about plans and preparations and other important sounding stuff, but no one knows what it means except us.
I mean, now I have to explain it so the people playing this game understand.
Maybe I should kick him out of the lab.
それで、8号機の不調の原因究明は進んだか？
It's too late for me. I can't talk, and I'm apparently choking to death. We should just cut our losses and end it right now.
I'll remember you as you were. Bald.
You son of a... God dang it, Billy.
いや、まだ。
So far, the Future Gadget Laboratory has completed a total of 8 inventions.
Even though we're still working on the 8th one.
As I explained to Alpaca Man, the lab's primary goal is to develop weapons for the war against the Dark Dominion, led by the organization that rules the world from the shadows. At present, we haven't completed any inventions of that sort. On the contrary, we haven't even figured out what we should make.
You should make a giant robot. That's always the correct choice.
I agree, however, that may be a tad bit beyond the budget, capability, research progress,
Details.
material availability of the Future Gadget Laboratory. But along the way, we have managed to create some ingenious future-ish gadgets as a byproduct of our research. It is a fundamental truth of science that great inventions are often created by accident. In other words, serendipity.
The ability to discover something valuable when looking for something else. The microwave oven was born through serendipity.
It is very, very true.
Mm-hmm. Penicillin was discovered by accident, if I recall correctly.
So far, they total 8 in number. Gadget number 1, the Bit Particle Gun.
Future Gadget number 1. The very first Future Gadget. That's why it's number 1. A toy ray gun with a TV remote jammed inside. You can change channels by pointing it at the TV and pulling the trigger.
Ah,そうか、そうだったのか。Ah, かっこいい.
However, the only supported button is channel up. No
So-
other buttons, like volume, are usable. To turn the TV on, you must manually flip the switch on the TV. Its name is a reference to the classic Japanese robot anime, Mobile Jacket Gunbam.
Ah, Gunbam, is it? Okay, so hold on. Are we talking about like Bitto Ryushiho? After all, Mega Ryushiho and Bitto, bits and particle guns, mega particle guns,
right.
or mega particle cannons really are. I should stop, shouldn't I?
I would never dream of stopping you from gushing about Gunbam.
But what if I wanted a discussion on Minovsky particle physics and the evolution of PsyCom-U weaponry? Gadget number 2, the Bamboo Helicam!
Okay, let's see what it is. Future Gadget number 2. A CCD camera
What's a
mounted
CCD camera?
closed circuit device?
Oh, there you go.
Closed caption device, maybe?
No, closed circuit device. That must be it.
A CCD camera mounted to a bamboo toy helicopter.
Bamboo?
The camera is attached to the helicopter's fulcrum, allowing it to record aerial footage unpowered.
But if it does that...
However, the image is rotating at high speed, so you might get dizzy if you keep looking at it. Name originates from the sci-fi manga 22 Emon?
Emon.
Emon.
The thing is, I have no idea. That one went right by me, but it's totally pointless because the...
Yeah, you can't get anything out of it. You can't get anything out of it.
This
It's
isn't...
useless.
You know what? I could make this.
That's true.
I could make this. I just need to get like a battery-powered wireless camera and attach it to a helicopter blade. And then I, too, can be a member of the Future Gadget Lab. Isn't it great? I want to do that.
No, David, no.
Gadget number 3. Could this be... Oh, no, 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 no.
I think I know what it's referencing. Future Gadget number 3. A lie detector based on thumb perspiration, though it might be more appropriate to call it a sweat detector. You have to admit it's a pretty clever invention. Its name is a reference to the classic manga, Juju's Bizarre Adventure. Will it be his right hand? No, 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 no!
Oh my god!
Is it order, order, order? Yes, 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 oh my god! I'm such a JoJo nerd that was actually a reference to 2 parts. David is staring at his thumb.
My thumbs don't sweat. It means I never tell a lie. Gadget number 4. Moad or mode snake!
Future Gadget number 4. An instant super humidifier. Uses electric heating coils to quickly boil a large volume of water. This generates enough steam to fill a room of 12 square meters, though it can only be operated continuously for a few seconds. It looks like a Claymore landmine, which appeals to military otaku. Its name is a reference to the stealth action game Metal Moa Solid Rising. Revengeance.
Why did they go to Rising? Solid Rising, no less. So, what you're telling me is that it's a Claymore mine that sets off a big heat coil?
A big cloud of steam. I mean, that could be used for, like, stealth operations, right?
Yeah, that actually could work. It really is gaseous snake. By turning liquid snake into gaseous snake, next up is plasma snake.
Oh, the ultimate in snakeness.
Solidus plasma. Plasma solid. Gadget number 5. Matatsumara no mono o tsukutte shimatta by Goemon. Once again, I've made a worthless object.
Yeah, I assume that's what you said.
It's like a samurai thing.
Ah!
It's extremely pretentious samurai stuff.
I think that's appropriate then. Future Gadget number 5. Created by combining a dryer and a vacuum. The dryer is operated using the exhaust of the vacuum. What? Its name is a reference to the popular anime Lupin the Third.
Lupin, is it? So it's just a giant blow dryer.
That does appear to be what it is, yes. Glad we've confirmed that.
Gadget number 6. The Sialume Saber. Sialume? Shiarume? I have no idea.
Future Gadget number 6. A red chemical glow stick with a handle attached, allowing one to grip it like a sword. Made possible not just with Future Gadget Laboratory hardware, but also with chemical knowledge, inspired by Spark Wars, a series of epic sci-fi movies.
So it's just a glow stick lightsaber?
Basically, yes.
I love how none of these are inventions. Gadget number 7. Ghost in the Ball.
I wonder what anime inspired this.
What was it called? Solid State Society's second gig?
Ah.
Was that it? It was the one about it was the TV series of Ghost in the Shell about the military. I thought that was the best one, though I haven't seen the most recent set of Ghost in the Shell movies.
Future Gadget number 7. A gadget created by arranging 12 6-inch CRT monitors in a sphere.
You use what you have.
Small CMOS cameras, whatever those are,
Yeah, no idea.
are installed in the gaps between the monitors, each connected to the monitor on the opposite side of the sphere. This attempt at practical optical camouflage is the greatest masterpiece among the completed Future Gadgets, but its sheer size makes it difficult to store.
Another way to accomplish the same thing is to go hide in a closet. Unless someone is looking for you in this room, it won't help you. But if you hide in a closet and no one's looking for you, you'll still be hidden and they won't find you.
There's more. Scroll down. Its name is derived from the sci-fi manga Ghost in the Husk, which has an anime adaptation.
Honestly, the manga wasn't nearly as good as the Solid State Society stuff.
All right, what's gadget number 8 gonna be?
Anyway, our current problem is future gadget number 8, the phone wave, name subject to change.
What?
Phone wave is a pretty weak name, so I've added name subject to change to the end until we come up with something better. We really ought to actually reference Gundam with it. For the record, it was Mayuri's idea, not mine.
Huh.
But I digress.
Like her idea for the invention or the name subject to change thing?
No, or the name phone wave. The phone wave, name subject to change, is, in short, a remote-controlled microwave.
But you have to open it to put something in.
So you get up and you go over to the microwave, you open the microwave and you put what you want microwaved in.
And then you walk away.
You close it and then you walk away. Then you operate it remotely. Then you stand up, go over, open the door, and get it. In other words, it actually makes it more difficult and you expend more energy using this than you would if you just used a normal microwave.
Oh, yeah, entirely.
A few days ago, however, we discovered that the phone wave, name subject to change, has a second unintended capability, much like the microwave cannon. Our brave, or possibly just ditzy, Mayuri, had made it her daily routine to heat some frozen fried chicken by remote control.
Okay.
See, she found a use for it.
But she still would have had to walk over, put it in, etc.
Well, regardless, I knew it was karaage. That's what it says on the box. Long story short, she was defrosting her beloved juicy chicken number 1, as usual, when the unexpected happened. The chicken came out more frozen than when she'd put it in. The microwave broke the laws of physics and refroze the chicken.
That's why you don't reverse the polarity, you schmucks.
Cross the streams! Bear in mind, the frozen chicken had almost thawed by the time she placed it in the phone wave, name subject to change.
How did you accomplish this?
But when she removed it, it was frozen solid.
That's kind of impressive.
Since then, Daru and I have been searching for the cause.
マユシがやった状況を再現して何度も実験したけど、冷凍できたりできなかったりだし、バナナを冷凍してみようとしたら、さらにへんてこなことになったし。
That's what I thought. Just to make things more confusing for people who aren't at least really comfortable with Japanese, Daru calls Mayuri's Mayushi nickname Mayushi. So he came up with an additional name.
Oh, good.
Just what we all needed. And the banana came out weird.
The banana came out weird.
さっぱりわかんねえ。
It's one of those mysteries.
マユリここにバナナを持て
The mystery bananas!
またゲルバナ作るの？
Gel bananas?
前から気になってたけどさ、マユシ。ゲルバナって略さないでくんない？
だってね、ゲルバナはゲルバナだもん。
Yeah, duh.
Okay.
いいからキビキビ動け。
なんでいつも一房丸ごと入れるの？もったいないよ。
Yeah, it is. Just
Wow.
use one.
They really are wasting their entire budget. Those poor bananas.
Good source of potassium.
I like how you said potassium.
I
For a
know.
second, I thought you were going to say it was a good source of potash, and I was like, what are you trying to do? Fertilize your fields? I take the bananas from Mayuri and stick the whole bunch into the phone wave. Name subject to change.
ケチケチしていては機関との戦いに勝利することなどできんぞ。
Because you never know when we need to turn the organization's bananas into gel bananas. Or change the channel on their televisions with our ray gun.
what's going to happen is a giant banana kaiju is going to attack from the organization. And fortunately, thanks to Future Gadget number 8, they will know how to turn it into gelatin. But the problem is they haven't developed a giant robot or a tokusatsu hero in order to fight the gelatinified banana yet. So.
Alpaca Rangers, sortie!
They'll have to rely on Godzilla or something.
勝たなくてもいいよ。あのね、バナナはマユシーが買ってきてるんだからね。おかげでマユシーはちっともバナナが食べられません。
That's kind of sad.
It's so funny.
次からは1本ずつ使うことも検討しておこう。
Why can't you just do one this time?
The phone wave, name subject to change, is simple to use.
You hit the button to turn it on.
It's too bad that they didn't mix it with the bit particle gun.
Oh!
It's a microwave with a phone taped on.
How does the phone survive?
It's really expensive, I guess.
I mean, I guess it's not like the microwave seep out of the microwave, but...
Well, does a microwave destroy a cell phone? I thought they just used the same band.
Yeah, but wouldn't a phone being irradiated at such close range?
I have no idea. I've never seen fit to do so.
Well, time for an experiment!
Nor
Give me
am
your phone!
Nor am I I will kill you. Nor am I a hobbyist that would attempt to do crazy things like this. The number is already in my address book. I just need to call the phone wave. Name subject to change.
He forgot it! Rang.
I waste no time. The call connects in an instant. He's about to go to another world.
Oh god, you're probably right.
RENG こちらは電話レンジかっこ仮です。
Ah, I see. Denwa Renji. That makes sense. It hadn't really occurred to me.
Oh, the radar range thing?
Specific, like the phone wave, it didn't come out quite, and hence Denji is what that is right there instead of Reng.
Okay, that makes
Something-
way more sense.
Yeah. Even though it's called a microwave, a phone wave the connection between wave and wave didn't make sense, so I thought they were talking about waves from a phone. Whatever, it doesn't matter. This is the voice of Mayushi Guidance, the system Daru program to operate the phone wave.
マユシーの声聞こえてきた？
Of course he took her voices and made it into that.
マユシーガイダンスが聞こえなくなる。
こちらからタイマー操作ができます。シャープボタンを押した後、温めたい秒数をプッシュしてください。
I mean, that's a little impressive, you know? That you can, in fact, enter the commands via phone?
This is like some Wile E. Coyote stuff. Why would you ever make this?
To catch the Roadrunner, duh!
例えば、1分ならシャープ60、2分ならシャープ120です。
I like how it even gives an explanation. Entering the command properly will cause the phone wave, name subject to change, to function like a normal microwave. Instead, we're going to deliberately mess up and enter 120 sharp. That should do it. This way, it freezes it. You enter sharp 120, and it goes, and it heats it. It heats it by moving time forward 120 seconds. But you put in 120 sharp, and it freezes it by having time go backward for it 120 seconds.
Oh, that's amazing!
It's like this joke in a joke book I remember when I was like in second grade, which is if you dial 116 and a policeman comes driving an upside down car.
That's messed up.
This method was originally a simple and predictable mistake on Mayuri's part, but it somehow starts the freezing process.
Temporal microwave.
The phone wave, name subject to change, comes to life.
Those are
綺
some
麗
high
なターンテ
definition
ーブルだ
bananas.
ろう。普段と違って逆回転してるんだぜそれ。
何？逆回転？そこに重大な意味があるかもしれない。漁師の振る舞いにも影響してくる問題であり、奮闘の規則を導入して。
Hund's rule. The rule governing the placement of an atom's electrons. Orbitals of the same energy are each filled with one electron of the same spin before any are filled with the second. Also known as Hund's rule of maximum multiplicity.
Understood. I get the idea,
I don't think they meant literal spinning, though.
but the application is something that, at least without some explanation, is currently beyond me.
あるわ。ねえよ。
ないか。
I don't know what you're talking
ない
about.
ね。
そうか。
The three of us wait and stare at the spinning bananas. After 120 seconds pass, the microwave chimes.
The idea that it goes backwards in time would kind of make sense that it hasn't fully developed. As opposed to freezing, it goes backwards in time to maybe before it became ripe? I'm not sure.
Taking something and putting it in in the state that it previously had. Not that it goes back in time, but it reverts its state backwards.
Maybe?
But why would going forward heat it? Well, because it's a microwave. But why does going backward then not also heat it? And why does it reverse the state? Well, obviously, you'd be like, what in God's name is going on if you had this anyway? So that is precisely what they're wondering, yes. They actually built something.
I know.
What if they shot somebody with the bit particle gun?
It would turn their channel up?
Maybe somebody here should see if they can't use their own quantum brain waves in order to activate the bit particle gun remotely.
ゲルバナの出来上がり。
So appetizing.
What on earth? After Mayuri discovered that the phone wave, name subject to change, had a freezing function, we attempted to freeze a bunch of bananas. And this is what happened. I guess freezing isn't what the function is. Ew!
Oh.
It just gets more confusing each time. Hey, somebody go find me a hamster.
No!
ダルよ。このバナナ、食べてみようとは思わないか思うはずだ。我らの理念達成の犠牲となり散ったダルに、敬礼!
Why don't they do something other than eat them?
Why don't they try something other than a banana?
すげえまずそうじゃん。
Like, what about just something simple like a microscope?
味は関係ない。食べることに意味があるのだ。さあ、ダルよ。遠慮することはない。骨は拾ってやるから思い切ってズズイと行くがいい。
Break a leg? But anyway, no, you can't do this!
What only matters that you eat it. Take one for science.
No! I mean, try and feed it to a bird or something if you have to do this. But you know what's gonna happen?
It'll probably die.
No, it won't. A bird or a mouse or whatever would be like, ugh, I just not eat it. Listen, in nature, if you observe an animal eating something, it's probably okay if a human eats it. It just depends on whether or not that item is primarily composed of cellulose. But I mean primarily. But even still, eating leaves isn't going to kill you unless you try to browse yourself until you have browse on leaves until you have a full stomach, in which case it will kill you.
I see, that's what you meant, to see if an animal would eat it.
And then if it does, then you eat the bananas and see what happens. You find somebody you don't like and have them do it, though.
いらね。
ではマユリ、お前にその名誉を譲ろう。
Oi, I noticed that you're not volunteering yourself.
なんかね、ゲルバナは中身がデロデロでブニュブニュだったよ。
Dero dero to bunyu bunyu.
I love the way she talks.
Wait, she already tried one? This girl's ditziness is truly on another level. I was saying airhead before.
Her fua fua is max.
味もしないし、全然美味しくなかった。
Now, I don't expect that you're going to tell me, but was this within the last 48 hours? And if so, how was the poop?
Do we need to get you to a hospital?
Well, clearly not, because she's still standing. That's why I'm asking about the poop. Listen, if you're trying to research the effects of diet on any sort of a living organism,
I know.
you must look at the poop.
デロデロでブニュブニュか。ダリオ、どう思う？
ブニュブニュバナナか。ブニュブニュのバナナ。
I think she's insane.
No, Billy, can you not recognize what he's doing? He's trying to come up with a fun joke in line with a pun that you would make.
Oh, I can certainly respect that.
マユシ、あなたのバナナ、ブニュブニュだねって言ってみて。
Moe!
I see.
あなたのバナナ、ブニュブ。
Oh, it's a tongue twister. I'm completely incapable of Japanese tongue twisters. I'm decent enough at English ones.
Hell yeah, English ones are hard enough. Sheesh.
Right. Well, really, I can only do 2 of them because I practice. I mean, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? A woodchuck would chuck however much wood a woodchuck could chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood. But a woodchuck can't chuck wood, so a woodchuck wouldn't chuck wood.
Bravo! Bravo!
I haven't done that in a long time. I'm glad I can pull it off.
It's really impressive.
言わせるな、天皇学
Or there was that.
248.
Good God, how many tips are there going to be? I feel like all our videos are us reading tips and me telling a personal anecdote about them.
Well, we're in the very beginning of the game, so this is when you establish things like this.
You aren't wrong. In any case, there's nothing we can do about it now. So let's put it out of mind. This miracle of science, or causality, or something. It's time for Daru and I to head to the Daibiru. They're either going to get a beer or they're really talking about a building. Whoops, I hit the wrong one.
Daibiru, fictional. A skyscraper with offices and a commerce center that opened alongside UPX in 2003. Connected to UPX by overpass.
Aha, the big building, as its name is.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
Why did they leave this? Well, I guess they've already decided to keep geography in Japanese, which is an interesting choice. There's going to be a seminar at ATF, and we have to be there. The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms?
And I don't think that's what that is. Fictional, short for Akihabara Techno Forum, a meeting hall located inside Daibiru. Several universities and research institutions hold special seminars here.
Well, if they take Future Gadget number 8, Phone Wave, name subject to change, to ATF, and just start turning bananas into things and refreezing microwave food, they'll A, run out of all their research budget, and B, might be able to attract some attention.
Probably, yeah.
Tokyo Denki University, where Daru and I go to school, it sounds like it's a science university, collaborates with ATF to set up satellite classes. Summer credits, basically.
Oh, I hope the class doesn't smash into a building. Wrong type of satellite. Hey!
We have to attend the seminar and write a report. But I want to play with my toys. Come to think of it, what's today's seminar about again? Come to think of it, is anything going to be happening in this game? Or are we just going to talk about pervy bananas? I looked it up before the summer holiday began. I should have written it down.
ご覧ください。秋葉原駅前のビルに謎の巨大物体が墜落しています。現在、警察による規制が敷かれ、ビルの前まで行くことはできませんが、遠くから見る限りでは、墜落した物体は人工衛星のように見えます。
Ah! Got mail! It's from Mayuri. Responding to every last aspect of a message is a waste of time. I should just pick one topic to respond to, or maybe I won't reply at all, so I guess we have some degree of control here. But let's read it then.
You know, I'm really sad about dropping my Upa. It's worse than last year when I missed buying Fatty Gero Froggies. Emoji sound that's really embarrassing, so I'm not going to say it.
So what, we can respond to either Upa or Ghetto Froggy?
Yes! Now we've been given a spoiler-free guide from Mastermind Monokuma.
You better give us this dang guide, Monokuma, because we're playing this thanks to you. It's your responsibility.
The first thing we should respond to is Upa.
I feel your pain. That thing was worth a fortune. Our precious research funds. Ors.
What does that mean?
Funzors?
I don't think so.
There. That should satisfy that woman. Wow, that determines stuff.
あー、涼しい。生き返るぜ。あばばばばばばばばばばばば。
あばばばばばばばばばばばばばばばばばばばばばばば。
あばばばばばばばばばばば。
あばばばばばば。
あばばばばばばばばば。
あば。
あば。
あばばばば。
Hey!
Alright, I don't know what that was either. Unlike the lab, Daibiru has air conditioning, making it an oasis for poorer students like us. Yet another reason for our diligent participation in the seminar, to become more employable.
電話レンジカッコ仮の件だが、俺は答えを導き出したかもしれん。
そのカッコ借りってめんどいからいい加減やめるべき。
I won't give in that easily. Even if no other lab members use name subject to change, I will carry on until the day we decide its true name, the name of its mechanical soul, the ghost in the husk.
そんなことは今はどうでもいい。
お得意のとんでも理論でもひらめいちゃったん？
何を言うか。俺はいつもこの世の神羅万象すら超越したあらゆる可能性について思考を巡らせているのだ。とんでもとか言うな。
Yeah, that's the logic behind most of my theories too.
神羅万象を超越って、つまり何でもありってことじゃね？理論ってレベルじゃねえぞ。
Yeah, that's what I said.
Are you making fun of me? Stop interrupting me. At this rate, I'll never get to my point.
Okay, sorry.
This is the real reason, I guess, that I like Okarin so much. Is I think he's sort of like the unleashed me.
ダルよ。電話レンジカッコ仮はシュタインズゲートを開く鍵だという気がするのだが、どう思う？
Something that's been bothering me the entire time. Steins Gate doesn't have an apostrophe in it. Is it a possessive or not? Is it the gate of Stein or isn't it?
Well, I mean, maybe it could be like, I know I made the Frankenstein joke, but maybe it's something like a shortening of Einstein.
What does that have to do with it? I'm talking about how the S on the end doesn't have an apostrophe S. So it's not the gate of Stein, hence possessive.
No. See, that's the theory's soul name. I don't know, man.
そのシュタインなんとかってところからして意味不明なわけだが。
Let me share my revelations about the phone wave. Name subject to change, damn you! My brilliant ideas will clearly find no purchase with Daru. He's too grounded and down to earth. Time to change the topic.
ダルはラジカンに見物に行かないのか？
どうせ言っても見られないっしょ。もちろんネットに上がってくる情報にはほぼ目を通してるのだぜ。アットちゃんのスレ数100超えたし、勢いすげえ。
Yeah, a satellite crashed into a building, man.
I suppose why bother going out to see something yourself when you could just browse your phone? But when I ask him if there's any information about Makise Kurisu on Atchan,
He tells me things I don't want to know.
またその話かよ。
またその話とはどういう意味だ？
だって1週間前にも僕にそんなメール送ってきたじゃん。
Oh? The email he sent earlier today!
isn't the date the same?
The date's the same as 7/28. It's still 7/28.
Because this is just a few hours later somehow. We don't know precisely what time it is now, but...
Well, the time thing said it was like around 2:48, but
The
no, that
last-
was back in the office.
The
yeah.
last time we saw it...
メール？俺が？
Huh.
何よバカな。マキセ・クリスが殺されているのを見たのはほんの3時間前だぞ。
そういえばあのメール変な感じだったな。送信日時が1週間後になってた。つまり未来から来たっつうか。
Huh. When was the first time they were able to use the phone wave? Name subject to change. It's
That's
like,
a good question.
like, is that use connected? Like, were they doing it a few weeks ago, or... he's right. The email was sent from my phone. It was split into 3 mails? Someone stab!
With pleasure! Stab!
Bd Makise Kurisu. Don't?
これは3時間前に誰に送ったメールだ。
Well, part of it anyway.
Split into 3, huh? A chime signals our arrival on the 5th floor. The elevator doors open slowly. As we step out of the elevator, I see a girl.
I bet it's Makise Kurisu.
Of course it is. And I recognize her, and oh my god! Impossible. But when you look at any of the art, she's clearly one of the main protagonists.
Shh, that's too meta. That's too meta.
Sorry. Chills run down my spine. I can't move a finger. I stare at her face in disbelief. Makise Kurisu!
何か
様。
You can't just walk up to somebody and call them Kisama! That is so rude!
Well, Daru seems to think the same thing. He's like, dude, what are you doing?
様は死んだはずだ。なぜここに？
This is how you make a really good first impression.
Is it a first impression?
Well, I don't know. Remember that Makise said that earlier,
He had talked to her, yeah.
but that was the time when he was in front of like
gacha machine.
Yeah, the gachapon machines with Mayuri.
しかも
There isn't a single blood stain on her clothes, and they're the same ones she was wearing when I found her. Only a serious wound could have produced that much blood. Yet, as far as I can tell, she's completely uninjured.
無傷。
I realize that I'm gasping in disbelief, saying a lot of crazy things, and generally looking like an idiot,
And
but...
kind of staring at her midriff. No one's going to take that out of context.
何なの？
What type of game do you want this to be, Billy?
無事だったのか？怪我は平気なのか？いや、そんなはずはない。マキセ・クリスは何者かに刺されて血まみれで。
This is a very interesting way to attempt to pick up a girl. If it works, you've probably got to keep her.
Hold on. I'm writing this down.
ちょっと 勝手に殺さないでくれますか？私ピンピンしてますんで。
Is she an illusion? No. An evil spirit? Am I haunted? She also said, quite literally, don't kill me off like that. I don't believe in such unscientific drivel. I am a mad scientist! Feels silky. Quite the cuticles.
What kind of game does he want this to be?
ある。実体がある。やはり幽霊だというのは考えすぎか。
Now, she's either going to slap him, call the police, or knife him and run away while a satellite crashes into the building.
Or all of the above.
It's probably going to be the first one, though.
Probably the first one, yeah.
Maybe she'll just insult him. Her skin's so soft, so alive. Dead bodies don't feel like this. Not that I've ever touched one.
Meanwhile, Daru's like, Oi, I'm the pervert!
Ah!
オカリン、まずくね？
Look at this face. Daru disapproves.
Daru does disapprove. Diligently.
I reject those actions, for they are stupid!
おい。己は警察に突き出されたいのか？
I like how she's calling him Honore. She has to be pretty darn weird herself.
I would imagine most of the main characters in here have their own brand of weirdness.
俺は
Without a doubt.
真実を知りたいだけだ。
Will you date me?
Again, if this pickup strategy works, you probably have a keeper. Because if you were the sort of person to attempt it, you would have to have certain, proclivities.
Like being a madman.
That's right. She was stabbed! Maybe she's just hiding her wounds and has a lot of stamina.
I guess it's time for a full body search.
See, that's what Billy wants. This requires further investigation.
What? What can I say? I like redheads?
I grab the hem of her jacket, pull it aside, and take a good look at her chest. Mazukune.
何が真実よ、この変態！バカなの？死ぬの？
When you see the girl you thought had been stabbed to death, and she tells you, do you want to die? Life has gone in some pretty strange circles.
ルイスちゃんの名台詞。来たこれ。
What? Luis Chan, fictional, the main heroine of the anime, the familiar of 10, a tsundere. Her voice actress is the queen of tsundere, Sugimi Arie, nicknamed Sugyu.
The queen of tsundere, Kugumiya. Isn't that her name? Kugumiya? No. Son of a... These almost names are getting on my...
Almost nerves?
No, they're messing with my mind.
俺は確かに見たのだ。
For the record, I do like her, but, I don't understand the obsession. Earlier this afternoon, after Dr. Nakabachi's presentation, someone killed Makise Kurisu and left her in a pool of blood. I carefully explain everything that I saw.
ドクター、中バッチ。
Hey?
オカリン何言ってるん？中鉢の発表会なら中止になったじゃん。
Because a satellite crashed into the building.
Well, gee, it's a good thing it was canceled because he would have died otherwise.
中止？
そう。人工衛星の墜落で。
So I guess it happened before? Okay, so I guess I'm starting to put together what happened when, but of course we have no idea of the why.
The satellite did appear on the building before his presentation. In the original world line?
Timeline?
Timeline, I guess? Yeah.
No, world line might be right. Something's wrong. Our stories aren't matching, like on a super fundamental level.
Hey, Daymon, you ready to start the episode?
What are you talking about? We've been going for about an hour, haven't we? Maybe even a little longer?
No, not really. We just got here and set everything up. You okay?
Well, what's been going on then?
We had to start an hour later because of the blackout.
The blackout?
Yeah, they finally got the power back on and everything's set up.
Something's wrong. Our stories aren't matching on a fundamental level. I'd better take the time to sort this out.
Hey.